Hi guys, it's so nice to be doing a video again. So I haven't really talked about baby stuff in a very long time, and that's because I just didn't know. Actually, I didn't have the time. I mean, I knew what I could speak about, but there's just been no time. It's been one thing after another. So anyway, through Instagram, it seems like a few of you are interested in the fact that I have recently stopped breastfeeding, and so I thought I would do a video on why I stopped and how I stopped, because it's a huge decision, at least it was for me, and it was overwhelming at the time when I was coming up to making the decision. But now that I'm on the other side of it, it just feels fine. So if any of you are in that position or are thinking about stopping or are just curious, then this video is for you. So basically, as you would already know if you've been following me, is that I have exclusively breastfed Myra from birth, and she is now just approaching 11 months. So I breastfed her up to 10 months, and I've recently stopped it. I think it's been about 3 weeks, so not very long, but we've completely established formula now with her. So I thought this is a good time to talk about this while it's still all fresh in my mind. And ideally, actually, my plan was to breastfeed her until 1 year, after which I would have transferred her over to cow's milk. But I suppose it came to a point where I stopped enjoying breastfeeding, firstly. Secondly, it actually started to feel like a chore. And thirdly, Myra just wasn't interested anymore in breastfeeding as much. And I noticed that she was trying to seek more comfort out of it than actually drinking milk. And it was tying me down. It meant I haven't actually been that great breastfeeding outside. It just haven't it's just something that I've not been very comfortable doing, and I've always just preferred breastfeeding Myra at home, whether it's just lounging on the sofa or it's upstairs in the bedroom, just on the bed. I've really enjoyed breastfeeding in the lying down position, so it was just something I've just enjoyed. I just did indoors, and so outdoors. I was struggling when she wanted to seek that comfort, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to go back home now. And I guess it was just kind of taking over my life, to be fair. At nights, she was waking up a lot, and I would just breastfeed her back to sleep because that was an easy way out. We didn't want her to cry out, and it was all of these things. I guess it was just a series of incidents that led me to making this decision. And at some point, after she went on solids, I had tried to give her milk in a sippy cup, so I'd express the milk out and give it to her in a sippy cup. She's never had a bottle ever. I think we tried to give her a bottle once or twice. It didn't really work out, and so we went straight into a sippy cup for water. And because she got used to a sippy cup for water, we just gave it milk in that as well. And she took it, but she just wouldn't take enough for me to completely transition into milk in a sippy cup. So that wasn't quite working out either. I was kind of doing half sippy cup, half breastfeeding, and it was just kind of like messing around with me, to be honest. So eventually I got really fed up of it, and to be honest, when I was expressing as well, I wasn't able to express as much milk. So that was worrying me, and all of these little things started to really stress me out. So the fact that I couldn't express enough, the fact that she wasn't drinking enough milk, the fact that she was due to go to nursery soon, and I didn't want to sit and express and express and express to build up my supply so then I could give it to the nursery so that there's enough milk for her to drink. And I was worrying about the fact that what if, she wants to breastfeed in the nursery and she can't get that comfort, she's just going to cry it out. Anyway, so all of these little things were niggling a lot, and I was just not enjoying expressing. I've always actually never enjoyed expressing. I've done it before, but it's just something I've actually hated, frankly speaking. I've hated expressing, so I've kind of fallen back into the breastfeeding pattern, and it was just a bad conundrum. As you can tell from this video, it was just a mess. So I spoke with the health visitor, and she was really supportive, and she said, look, you have breastfed her enough, and now it's absolutely fine to just give her formula. So she explained to me that I could go straight on to the brand Aptamil. Sorry, she didn't tell me to use Aptamil, but that was just my choice. But she just told me basically that I can choose any formula I wanted, whether it was 0 to 6 months or the ones for 6 to 12 months made no difference. So I have chosen personally to give her the Aptamil 6 to 12 months follow-on milk. I don't know why, I just picked it. And the way I did it, so anyway, I've covered why I, made this decision. I wanted my life back basically, and I wanted her to be prepped to have milk from a sippy cup and to not be reliant on me anymore, so that Pratik could look after her, nursery staff workers could look after her. Basically, I just wanted some freedom back in my life, some peace back in my life. And I felt that she was ready for it as well. So yeah, I just bought the pre-made formula bottles first just to test and see if she's going to take it, if her tummy is going to be okay with it. And we tried it a couple of times. I actually got Pratik to give her the milk rather than me giving her the milk from a sippy cup, because we were advised that she can still smell milk on me and she might still want comfort from me, so it's best if someone else does it. So Pratik did that and she was fine. I think that initial transition period was difficult because obviously, you just breastfed her for the first 10 months and now you expect her to just suddenly stop breastfeeding. It takes a while. So I did go through a transition period, as well as because my milk supply needed time to slow down. So I would do a combination of milk and sippy cup, express some out and give that to her in a sippy cup. Plus I would, when it got really bad in the middle of the nights and I had too much milk, then I'd also breastfeed her just a little bit to just release the pressure, because as I said, I hated expressing. So I did a combination of these and it worked. Eventually my milk supply stopped. I didn't need to express anymore. I didn't need to breastfeed anymore. She didn't want me to breastfeed her anymore. And I think it was a really good age as well to do this, because she is at such a curious age. Like, she doesn't want to sit still and be facing towards me and breastfeed. She wants to be looking around and watching everything, see the world go by. So she's quite happy taking milk in a sippy cup. So yeah, we fell into routine, we fell into rhythm, and hands down, best decision ever. I wish I had done it a little bit sooner. Wish I had the foresight to do this and get some sanity back a bit sooner. So if you are in a similar position where you're kind of considering should you or should you not, then I'd say go for it, because I feel so free now. I'm not worrying about where am I breastfeeding, should I be breastfeeding, is she hungry? No, I just give her solids, and she's eating better as well. She's having more solids as well because of that. So yeah, it's had a lot of plus points, and I'm just really, really happy that she is obviously still taking milk as formula, and that I don't have to worry about breastfeeding anymore, because it was starting to become a worry for me. And at nursery, I don't have to supply any express breast milk. They provide their own formula, so yeah, I don't have to worry about that either. But I have to say, after all this, like, I'm really, really happy that I was able to breastfeed for the first 10 months, because that was definitely a very magical time. I really enjoyed the intimacy of the experience I got to share with Myra. Just to be able to hold your baby and to know that you're able to nurture her was just absolutely amazing for me. And I hope that if you are in a similar position, that don't worry too much, don't overthink things, just give it a try. Your baby might be ready for it and might want to turn to formula themselves. You just got to try. Unless you try, you will not know the answer, right? So good luck, and if there's any other questions, just drop me a comment down below or message me through Instagram. Bye bye.